to be working from a little book called Scrapbooks on the Go. And this is a really fun book. The author has all kinds of information about how to find time to collect and create a little scrapbook of all kinds of different shapes and sizes, not your typical 12 by 12, as you're traveling, how to stay organized, how to take good pictures, how to collect things, how to think about what would be a fun memento, and then lots of great techniques for actually creating little containers and books to contain all of that. And so I'm going to show you a real simple shortcut queen type technique for using a 8-inch blank board book, which is nice and compact. It's really easy to carry with you. You could use any size, but I'm just working with the 8-inch right now just because it's what I had on hand. And we're going to talk about pockets with my Lutradour because, you know, I love it. And we're going to do a little painting. So, and I'm going to just show you a really quick and easy way to do a little painting to give yourself some background. The reason that I'm going to select creating background pages with paint instead of gluing paper is that it will keep the book a little thinner and a little easier to travel with. What I wanted to suggest to you is that you pre-paint your pages, and I'm going to show you how to create some pockets, and then that's what you'll take with you, and I'll show you a couple of cute little ideas for collecting little things into the pockets, and then you'll have a scrapbook practically done by the time you get home, and it'll be really easy to just embellish and enjoy. Oh, thanks. My scarf, Andrea, one of the party girls made this for me. It's this little jersey knit number. It's really cool. She made it. She saw a sample shot at a store and said, I can do that in the true handmade crafty way, and she made it, and I love it. I wore it today. It's very nice. So painting, I'm going to recommend that you just blend a little bit of medium, like I always say, in with just a few drops of paint. And that'll extend your paint, and it will also make the process of covering a large area a lot faster. And it will just let everything glide, and it'll be just quick. So you can prepare this scrapbook in probably, not including drying time, you know, probably like 45 minutes, and then you just need to allow some drying time in between. And a blow dryer helps that a lot to speed that up. What's the step that you missed, craftaholic lady person? Oh, what kind of medium? Sorry, I glossed over that. Get it? Gloss. Liquitex Matte Gel Medium is my medium of choice. It's wonderfully versatile for sealing and blending and adhesives. It works beautifully. So I'm just going to just take a foam brush, and I've got that mixed up with a little gold paint. And really, it's just that easy. And I'm just going to break my spine a little bit so that doesn't do like that. And really, it's just about adding a little texture and a little light color to the back of your pages. And what I also like about the medium is that you can also kind of retain your brush strokes and even retain a little of the texture and not have it be just completely flat paint. You know, almost end up looking like wood or something. So I'm just really loosely painting that on there. I chose a color that's hard to see, but it's just a really pale gold. And if I wanted to darken it up a little bit, I could just go in with a little paint at 100% and just kind of swipe that in randomly and kind of blend the edges out, and then just, you know, add kind of a little gradient color. So you're not going to see a lot of the background pages by the time you start pasting in some pages, pasting a few pictures, or once the pocket is in place. But I mean, it's just that fast, and you get this fun little textured, almost like a little faux wood grain finish, and then you can do that with multiple colors throughout. Then you can take something like an ink pad and just run it right over. I'm just using a contrasting purple to go with the gold, and you can just run your ink pad right around the edges to create a little contrast and just a little extra color. It's kind of hard to see there. There you go. There, that's a little more true to form of the color that I'm seeing. Yeah, Dijon mustard. So at any rate, done, right? So there it is. You just let that dry and move on to the next page. Now for the pocket, let me just make sure, hang on a second, I want to make sure my heat tool is on. and then I'll continue. Okay, so for the pocket, there's a couple different ways you can adhere a pocket, and there's a couple different schools of thought. I'm going to actually put a little piece of freezer paper in here to protect that and keep it non-stick so I can close and turn this over. This is just a really hideous bright yellow page. I was experimenting with bright yellow, and I don't know that I like it. But for a pocket, there's a couple schools of thought. You can have a pocket go diagonally or straight across. I kind of favor diagonally because then you have the option of a longer piece going this way stuck in there, like a like a little map or a brochure or some long ticket stubs. And so I kind of like a diagonal pocket. You can face the pocket opening going out this way, which means your stuff is all kind of poking out, which can be really fun. But when you're traveling, it can also mean that things might slip out. So depending on how how careful you are, you might want to choose the pocket to go facing in. So then it creates a little extra bulk in your spine, but when you close it up, you're containing your pieces a little bit more. So it kind of just depends. I actually like the pocket going out because then when you're done, you can actually display this thing on your coffee table and have all your cutie pie little things sticking out, and it becomes a real touchy-feely kind of piece. So to adhere the pocket, the reason I like using Luchador, of course everybody knows that I love this product, but the reason that I like it is because of its strength. It's great for pockets. You can't tear it. I'm working with the 70 grams, so because it's fairly transparent, so you can still see the color of the background behind it, but it's awesome for pockets, and it's just so easy to work with because it acts like paper, but it's strong like fabric. So the way that I'm going to cut this, let me make sure my heat tool is ready. I think it is. Let me give a little test here. Almost. The way that I'm going to cut this is I'm going to come in about 1/8 of an inch or maybe a little more from the spine. I don't want the edge of my pocket to go right up against the spine because then it'll just be a little harder to close, and you want to allow for a little bit of capacity. So I'm just going to align my edges here and use a pencil and just kind of decide on the rough shape of my pocket. I could do an arch, I could do something wavy, I could do a straight line with a ruler, and I'm actually going to just do a loose arch from here down to the corner, but I'm actually not going to cut it that way. I'm going to use, instead of cutting it, I'm going to use my little heat tool to carve it. And so I'm going to move, bear with me, I'm going to move my tempered glass mat. Oh, look, you can see my face in there. I'm going to move my tempered glass mat into place. And you can get these just about anywhere, or I think you could probably just turn over a Pyrex baking sheet or something and work on it. But it's really great for working with this heat tool. This heat tool is by Walnut Hollow. It's a textile tool. It's great for burning fabric. And it's great for burning Luchador. And by burning it, you have the control. It's almost like working with an X-Acto blade, but you have more control for being doodly. So I can see my faint pencil line right here that I'm going to use as a guide. And I'm just going to basically draw a little scoodly doodly. And I'm going to work a little faster than I probably normally would just for the sake of time. But I'm just going to make kind of just a random, what did I say, scoodly doodly, just inside my pencil line with my heat tool, and it's going to burn it away. And now I missed a couple little spots here. Let's see where else I need to hang tight. Oh, I missed a spot right there. See, going slow helps because then with Luchador, the fibers are really kind of random, and so where you have like fibers really clumped together, it's a little thicker, and you have to kind of go a little slower to really burn it through. There we go. So there I've just created this cute little doodly, silly little border for my pocket, and I could just do that all day. It's really fun. So using this textile tool is a great way to carve your Luchador. So then I'm going to be safe and turn off my thing. Hold on. So then there's a couple different ways to adhere the pocket. You could just glue it, a little glue line here and here, but which is fine. But you could also be really cute about it and get your handy dandy Japanese screw punch. Oh, fab. Of course you can use scissors. Absolutely, you can use scissors. I don't have any border punch scissors, and actually some border punch scissors and some die cuts don't work well with fabric. And luchador really is like fabric. It's 100% polyester, even though it's non-woven. But regular scissors work great, and certainly rotary cutters that have the pinking or the wavy shears work really great. But I just love using the carving because you have all these opportunities to go all wonky and fun. So I'm taking my Japanese screw punch, and I punch just little holes, and I'm going to do, you know, like those embroidery cards for kids. I'm going to tack down the pocket with just a little glue stick, but then I'm going to reinforce it with some really pretty purple embroidery thread that matches my purple edge. And I'm just going to stitch up one way and down the other so that I get a stitch through between every hole. And here's the tricky part. I'm going to have this page ready to go at the same time and my pocket at the same time, so that when I'm stitching, I'm actually stitching two pockets together at once. So that's the trick there, and I won't make you watch me do that because I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but that's all I'm going to do is just put a little glue stick here to hold it into place, and then I'm going to use, I've got these really nice big weaving needles that have a big eye, and they're nice and thick, and this Japanese screw punch cuts through the board books like butter. And it's really great to just go in and out like that, up and through. So that's a cute way to adhere your pockets. And then that's it. And you can certainly stamp or decorate your pocket if you want to. You could carve something cute in the middle of your pocket, like a little heart, or you could carve your name, or you could carve the name of the city that you're visiting, or your kids' names, or, I mean, you could really get creative with text right here, like a really nice word that represents what you're doing. And then the other thing you can prepare is some tags. You can get some cute, you know, ready-made tags like this and just put a cute little ribbon through the end, or you can die cut them into whatever shape and have a handful of these tags ready to go, because that makes displaying really tiny things like little ticket stubs or like little coins if you're traveling abroad and you're saving some of your coins. And just keep with you, you know, a couple of glue dots and maybe a glue stick, and as you're going along, tack it on that tag and put the tag in the pocket, because that looks so cute. And imagine having a whole bunch of these little tags with cute little gewgaws instead of having little loose things all over the place. So that's the dealio. Are there any other questions about how that all works? Everybody ready to like travel and scrapbook at the same time? Who has a question? Roberta? Yes? Quickly. Does it ooze through? Does the glue ooze through the luchador? It can, if that's what you're talking about. It can, but it won't stay that way. It depends on the glue. Glue stick is usually fine. Eileen's and stuff is usually fine. And actually what I like the best is the matte gel medium. Then the oozing is very, very minimal, and you really don't get any at all. But like I said, fabric to paper, you have to experiment with different glues, because sometimes paper glues work and sometimes fabric glues work. And so you just experiment a little bit. I have found that Fabri-Tac works fine. I found that I think Eileen's Tacky works fine, and this works fine.